So, what exactly holds a free society together? It's a huge question, one that America's founders really struggled with. And their answer? Well, it's laid out in a series of brilliant, intense essays. Today, we're going to dive into a study guide that unpacks their arguments and explores that really delicate balance between liberty and order. But first, just think about this for a second. What is total, completely unrestricted freedom? Is it some kind of paradise, or is it something else entirely? Believe it or not, this very question was the starting point for the whole American experiment right after the Revolution.
On one hand, you had the incredible promise. Freedom from a king, the power to govern yourselves, pure liberty. It's literally what the war was all about. But the reality, well, as you can see, it was a lot messier. The years right after the Revolution were just filled with economic chaos. You had states basically at war with each other over trade, and these massive unpaid war debts hanging over everyone's heads. The dream was hitting a very, very hard reality.
So why was everything so chaotic? Well, the first shot at a government under something called the Articles of Confederation was built to be weak on purpose. You have to remember, after finally getting rid of King George III, the absolute last thing Americans wanted was another powerful central authority telling them what to do. That fear of a new king was so real, it shaped every single decision they made. And this was the result of that fear. This weak government couldn't collect taxes to pay back those war debts. It had no power to stop states from slapping tariffs on each other's goods. It couldn't even put down rebellions at home, like Shays' Rebellion, where you had angry farmers taking up arms against the government. The whole country was just teetering on the edge of a complete collapse. Liberty, all by itself, just wasn't cutting it. So this brought the founders face to face with their great dilemma. They absolutely had to solve the problem of chaos. But how could they possibly create a government strong enough to bring order without, accidentally creating the very same tyranny they had just fought a war to escape?
And you can kind of picture them walking a tightrope between these two cliffs. On one side, you've got the abyss of anarchy, where liberty without any rules just falls into disorder and violence. But on the other side, you've got the iron fist of tyranny, where all that unchecked power leads straight to oppression. They had to find a path right down the middle, and it was not going to be easy.
So how did they solve this massive puzzle? The Federalist Papers laid out the argument for a brand new solution, the Constitution. But to really get it, we have to first understand the philosophy about human nature that this study guide says was driving all of their thinking.
Now, here's where this guide gets really interesting. The lens it uses. It makes the case that the founders were working from a concept it calls biblical human nature. The core idea is pretty simple. People aren't angels. And because human nature is seen as flawed, maybe even sinful, you can't build a government that just assumes everyone's going to do the right thing. No, it has to be designed with all sorts of checks and balances specifically to hold our worst impulses in check.
The study guide then takes this idea and presents a really powerful analogy. It suggests that the whole structure of the Constitution actually reflects a kind of divine balance. Think about it. God gives humanity free will. That's liberty. But he also establishes laws and a moral order to provide structure. The guide argues that the founders were essentially trying to copy that very same balance right here on Earth. Okay, so that's the history lesson and the philosophy laid out in the guide. But let's be real, why should we care about these debates from centuries ago? Well, the source argues that the price we pay for not understanding these basic principles is dangerously high. To make its point, the study guide brings in this quote from the book of Hosea. It's a really stark warning. Ignorance isn't bliss, it's actually destructive. This quote is used to frame the argument that knowing how our government works isn't just for a history test, it's a fundamental tool for survival in a free society. So here's the bottom line. The source claims that when we as citizens forget how our government is supposed to function, when we lose sight of that fragile balance between liberty and order, we become incredibly easy targets. We can be swayed by fear, manipulated by people who just want power, and in the end, we could lose the very freedoms the system was built to protect in the first place. But it's not all doom and gloom. To combat this, the guide lays out a really clear plan of action. It's not about just sitting back and watching. It suggests you got to get involved, dig into the foundational arguments in Federalist Number 1, actually read the Constitution for yourself, and maybe most importantly, talk about these ideas. Really grapple with that core tension between liberty and order. And all of that brings us to our final question. Just something to leave you with. If the founders believed, and this guide argues, that knowledge is the ultimate defense against tyranny, how well equipped are we today? How deeply do you, really understand the rules of the system designed to protect us?
It's a question that's definitely worth thinking about, long after this explainer is over.